guys, this is Aura. Welcome back to my channel. I'm a medical intern from the Philippines. I like to make videos for aspiring doctors just like me, but this video is definitely for everyone. No one really brings us up, but in our society, we have this stereotypical definition of smart. Have you ever categorized a person by being just book smart or street smart? That's just so... Obviously, I feel so strongly about this topic because have you ever been smart shamed? And have you ever done smart shaming? I have. I really hope you learned something from this. I hope to get my message across. The number one thing that must be established is that there are multiple types of intelligence, and specifically in this video, I will talk about seven types of intelligence. Number 2, we all possess these 7 types of intelligence within us. Yes, all 7 of it in all of us, but in varying degrees. Meaning to say, I should be able to say that I am all kinds of smart, but I am mostly this kind of smart. Curious ka na, no? Kung anong kind of smart ka, I'm sure. But before that, number 3, it is up to you to find out what kind of smart you mostly are. Or get this, if you're a parent, a teacher, a tutor, a big sister or brother, as long as you are responsible for a young person, a young mind, please take the time to really observe that kid. Find out what he or she likes to do and appreciate the unique kind of intelligence that person has. Because after watching this video, I hope you can learn to look at yourself differently, look at others differently. Realize that you must be smarter than you think. And so is your classmate, so is your sibling, so is your son or daughter, so is your coworker, and so is everyone else. So let's get started. This theory of multiple intelligences is based on the works of a certain Howard Gardner from Harvard University in 1922. Nag-research naman ako pero medyo nakulangan lang ng onte. Pero anyway, the number 1 is the most obvious. The logical mathematical intelligence. People who are number and reasoning smart. These people are good with calculating, conceptual thinking, abstract reasoning, seeing patterns in relationships, seeing the big picture and organizing them into smaller chunks. Those who like strategy games, experiments, and logical brain teasers. And entrance exams and traditional forms of testing usually evaluate us based on our ability to answer logical questions, right? So basically, I really don't believe so much in IQ tests or in entrance exams because again, there are 6 other types of smart. And the number 2 is linguistic intelligence. Those people who are word smart. People who use words very effectively, whether in written or in verbal form. These are the kids who enjoy reading and writing and storytelling. Those people who have a very wide vocabulary and are very creative with words. These people talk in a smart way that sometimes it's kind of easy to be fooled. So personally, I admit of the 7 types, I am mostly number 1 and number 2 that I just mentioned. That's why, okay fine, I admit I found it easier to perform well in school. Because in the traditional way of learning in our classrooms, all we have to do is read our textbooks, listen to lectures, and answer multiple choice questions. And honestly, when I was younger, I thought everyone else had to be the same to be considered smart. I don't know, it's probably the upbringing, the educational system, or what my parents and teachers said. But now I know better. There are 5 more types. Let's continue to number 3, Visuo-spatial intelligence. Dito ako palpak, dash. Visuo-spatial or picture smart people. People who think very well in terms of images and pictures. People who are good in maps and directions and imagining things. They can also analyze charts and diagrams really well, and they can create a mental image of anything based on its description alone. Admittedly, I suck at this, as in... That's why, if you watched PBB before, there was this one challenge wherein we had to do this jigsaw puzzle. And everyone thought that, sure win. Kasi she's a doctor. She should be good at puzzles. And when I saw that in the comments, I was like, where did that come from? She's a doctor, she's good in puzzles? No, it doesn't make sense. Because honestly, the moment I saw that part of the challenge, I was already... Ekisto. Because I'm just really bad at visual stuff, That was what I thought back then. Anyway, number 4 is, obviously I'm not the best at this either, but there's also bodily and kinesthetic intelligence. People who are body smart. Yes, athletes, dancers, those who have excellent mind and body coordination. Those who learn from movement and senses. They are very crafty and good with their hands. They can handle objects skillfully. People who mostly learn by doing. And people who have difficulty sitting still. Number 5, musical intelligence. People who are musically smart. They are naturally rhythmic, good at recognizing beats and tones. They say this is the rarest, so if you have this or you see it in a child, please nurture it. These people have an excellent musical ear. They are often discriminating listeners, meaning to say they can recognize tones and melodies that other people may often miss. Number 6, interpersonal intelligence. People smart people. People who get away with anything just because of their charms. I used to think I was this kind of smart until I met my
boyfriend.
He gets away with anything. Smart people are natural born leaders. They are good at coordinating and bringing people together. They are good conflict mediators and they are sensitive to other people's emotions and motives. So maybe this is why I'm not people smart, because if someone starts crying, I will just walk away. I guess what I'm better at then is number 7, intrapersonal intelligence, aka emotional intelligence. These people are very introspective, very reflective, not necessarily shy, but they're often deep into their own thoughts. This is basically your classmate who likes it so much when your homework is a reflection paper. Who likes reflection papers? These people are smart in a way that they understand themselves really well and they are in control of their own emotions. So if you remember again in PBB, people notice that I shine more when I'm in the confession room. Why? Because in there, I get to reflect. We just had this simple activity, but I have this litania of reflection about that activity. I always have this lesson learned and this words of wisdom from that simple activity. So yeah, that's it. If you noticed, I made a lot of PBB references in this video. And it's partly because it's been a year and I miss everyone. And I've been watching past episodes on YouTube and I'm like, huh? But really, I think it was more of because through that experience, I learned that everyone is really different. Every single person you know is naturally smart in his or her own way. All of us can be naturally good at something. So it's up to us to discover our own strengths and potentials. And to stop thinking that it's all about grades in school, because in the real world, it's not like that at all. Meaning to say, again, your kid who likes to play video games all day long instead of actually studying, that's a little irresponsible, but for all you know, he might be a visuo-spatial and logical genius who's very good at creating strategies and design thinking. You can make a really good job out of that in the future if you just take notice. That's it, the 7 types of intelligence that we all possess. And I'm really curious, what's yours? Comment down below, please. Don't be shy, be proud of yourself. There's no smart shaming in my channel. Seriously, I'll be waiting. And if you like this video and you learned something new, please share it with your classmates, share it with your parents, show it to your teachers. Let's all change the definition of smart starting now. What a big difference it would make. I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.